Okay, so today is October the 19th. My last video was on October the 10th. There are reasons why I haven't made a video as of late. And one of those reasons is that I started a new job. So I'm trying to balance my professional life against my personal life. My personal life meaning, making these videos and bringing you people the information that you need, arm you with the information that you need in order to understand the latest developments in the world. Let me make a correction. In my last video, for some reason, Yemen was on my mind. And, when I elaborated on Hassan Nasrallah being assassinated, I said that he was assassinated in Yemen. He was not assassinated in Yemen. He was assassinated in Lebanon. Also, I said that the Israeli military, the United States military, that they were carrying out genocidal operations in Yemen, southern Yemen, I think I said, not southern Yemen. They're conducting military strikes and genocidal operations in southern Lebanon. So I just wanted to correct that. Now, I hate to report this. But the Israeli military, the IDF, has been successful in killing Yayah Sinwa, the head leader of the Hamas organization. He did, I think, like 24 years off inside of an Israeli prison from the 1980s into the 1990s. I don't have the exact year he went in or the exact year that that he was released, but he was released in a prisoner swap exchange. But the Israeli military again, and it's been confirmed by Hamas that Yayah Sinwa has been assassinated. So he knew he was a marked man. I mean, anytime you are leading a people's movement against an oppressor, then you have to assume, you have to expect. And the Israeli government, they left no room for doubt that he was a marked man. So they were finally successful in tracking him down. Now, the circumstances surrounding his death is kind of like murky because from the reports I'm reading, I don't think that they actually knew that when they went up into that particular building, that Yayah Sinwa was inside that building. From what I'm hearing, there was an engagement between, three Hamas guerrillas with the IDF and the guerrillas. They went in separate directions. Yayah Sinwa ran in one building, and the Israeli military sent a drone in the building. And when the drone got up inside the building, he had covered his head up. And from what reports are saying, they said that it was Israeli tank fire that delivered the kill blow. But the doctor who performed the autopsy said that he was actually shot in the head and that he received, shrapnel wounds over his entire body. The Israeli government was able to identify his remains. And, it's appalling that on some of these news channels, they actually showed his body. YouTube actually showed his body. And the censorship, that we have on YouTube. Now, there's going to be a lot of background noise off in the video. I'm inside a location, so it's people walking around and, they're conducting their conversations. But let's try not to get diverted into those conversations. Let's just listen to the news report. Okay, yeah. So I think it's pretty jacked up that they actually showed the body online. It's horrifying. His family and his supporters. That image is never going to leave their mind. I don't know why they would show his body online, because YouTube is renowned for censorship. But in this particular situation, they actually showed his body. So the Israeli military cut one of his fingers off, and they conducted a forensic study on the fingerprints. They took blood. They said that they were able to identify him through dental records. You know, he did serve 24 years inside an Israeli prison, so they were pretty abreast of his medical records. But I don't know why they would actually show his body. It doesn't make sense. Maybe they did it for shock and awe purposes. So Yayah Sinwa has been assassinated, and they are knocking off the Hamas and the Hezbollah leadership one by one. In Sinwa's particular situation, they said he was trying to infiltrate back up north where it was safe. You know, right now, the Israeli military, they're conducting heavy military operations in the Rafah area. And I think that's where he was killed, in the Rafah area. So, according to the reports from the Israelis, they said he was trying to get back up north to, you know, safer ground. But yeah, he's been killed, and someone else is going to take his position. Now, it's like this here when you're dealing with people's movement, guerrilla organizations. You know, you can kill a leader, but when you kill that leader, someone else is going to step up and fill his shoes. So, R.I.P. Yayah Sinwa. You fought a good fight. You knew the risk. You knew you were a marked man, and you were finally assassinated. So I take my hat off to you. You know, you fought to the end. I mean, even when the Israelis found his position, they said that they found hand grenades and like $10,000 with, you know, American dollars on his person, but he actually threw a stick at the drone, which speaks volumes of his will to resist. I mean, he actually slung a stick at the drone. So R.I.P. Yayah Sinwa. So let's move on to the next report. And this report is coming up out of the Middle East again. You know, right now we're going to concentrate on the Middle East. And we have, you know, we're moving closer and closer to war in the Middle East. Back on October the 1st, Operation True Promise 2, the second time that Iran responded directly to attacks against Israel. It said they launched between 181 and 200 missiles over into Israel. And the Israelis, in contrast, are preparing to attack Iran. As it stands now, the Israelis are being attacked from Syria. They're being attacked from Yemen. They're being attacked from Iraq. They're being attacked from Palestine. And they are also being attacked from, okay, so they're being attacked from 5 different locations. So currently they're fighting a 5-front battle. But they have yet to you know, to conduct counterstrikes against Iran. And, you know, it's varying reasons. You know, they're you know, United States military has sent warships. They've sent the THAAD system, THAAD air defense missile system over into Israel in order to beef up its air defenses. Give me 1 second. Hey, Thomas, can I make this video? Okay, so they sent the THAAD system over into Israel in order to beef up the Israeli air defenses. And they're trying to identify targets. Now, according to the Biden administration, publicly, they're saying that they do not want Israel to strike Iran nuclear facilities. That's what they're saying publicly. Privately, I think there's a different story. So a targeting list has come out, and from what I'm seeing by the targeting list, Israel is going to strike Iranian oil facilities, which is going to inflate oil prices. So everyone's economy is going to be affected. Right now, I bought gas today, $2.59 regular gallon. Once they start bombing those Iranian oil facilities, gasoline regular could easily shoot up to $8, $9, $10, $15 a gallon. So let's just keep that in mind. But Iran says that it is ready to respond to any scenario. Now, what I do know is that Russia has sent warships over to Iran, air defense systems, Kinzhal missiles, and all of those niceties in order to protect their interests. Now, let's not forget that Iran is a part of BRICS. So it is highly doubtful that Russia is going to allow for the United States and Israel to attack Iran, which is one of its economic partners. And they also have military ties and military interests. Iran has supplied the Russian military with the Shahed drones over the course of the war in Ukraine. And Russia has provided Iran with varying types of technology, nuclear technology, hypersonic missile technology, and all of those things. So let's not forget that Iran is a part of BRICS, one of the original members of BRICS, and the Russian army, the Russian government, the ruling classes in Russia are not going to leave Iran hanging in the balance. But again, Iran says that it is ready to respond to any Israeli military attack. So we're moving closer and closer to an all-out war between Iran and Israel in the Middle East. Okay. On the 14th of October, the Chinese, the PLA, surrounded the Taiwanese island. And China says that it is conducting a military drill. But they also carried out a joint military operation with Russia. Russia sent a nuclear-capable carrier in order to reinforce the surrounding of Taiwan by the Chinese military. And according to various reports, this Russian nuclear-capable aircraft has Kinzhal missile systems on board. So again, we're seeing more and more coordination between Russia, China, Russia, Iran, Russia, and its allies. But in this particular case, it's between Russia and Taiwan. And again, Russia and Taiwan are members of BRICS. Russia is not going to sit back and allow for the United States military to destroy the Chinese PLA. I mean, even without Russia, the United States military is incapable of destroying the PLA, not unless they employ nuclear missiles. But as far as a land war, the United States military will not be able to beat the Chinese. You're talking about 5 million men against 900,000. 5-to-1 ratio. So, and again, Taiwan is a part of China. The United States and the rest of the international community says that it supports the one China policy. But that's what they're saying on paper. Because the United States keeps funneling weapons into Taiwan. If I was the PLA, or if I was the Chinese Communist Party, I would have brought that to an end a long time ago. If the United States recognizes that Taiwan is a part of China unconditionally, the one China policy, then they should stop funneling weapons into Taiwan. That is an internal Chinese problem, and it should be recognized as such. So let's move on to some more news. It appears that Ukraine is being thrown on the back burner. The Zelensky, Zelensky, that's what I call him, his peace plan has been snubbed even by the Biden administration. So Ukraine is becoming desperate. So now they're saying either we join NATO or we be supplied with nuclear weapons. That's never going to happen. Ukraine is a dangerously unstable regime. If you put nuclear weapons into the hands of the Ukrainians, they will use them. And in turn, having no other option, the Russians will be forced to use nuclear weapons against Ukraine. And let's not forget that a couple of weeks ago, the Russians changed their nuclear posture, their doctrine. So even if they are attacked by conventional weapons, and if those conventional weapons are supplied by a nuclear capable entity such as the United States, then they're going to treat that attack as a joint attack against the Russian Federation. And the Russian Federation, according to the new doctrine, the new posture, will respond accordingly. So those are some of the reports I wanted to bring to your attention. Again, some of this stuff is old news. But again, I haven't made a video in almost a week and a half. So it's my responsibility to bring those who are willing to listen the more pertinent news, whether it's today it unfolded or a week or 2 weeks ago. Let me move on into a personal situation of mine. And again, I've talked about this situation a number of times. I said that I did not want to make this particular channel. I did not want to make it about me personally, but I think it's rather prudent that I use this venue in order to elaborate what's going on in my personal life. So today in particular, the government has intensified its surveillance and harassment operations against me. But what they have done is that they are involving other people into the campaign. So let me make this clear, because I said this before. Number one, I cannot be intimidated. You cannot intimidate me, first and foremost. You missed that opportunity. Secondly, the gloves are off. I've told you this before. The gloves are off. So with the gloves being off, I'm giving no more warnings. The warnings are gone. I don't care if every Black American in the country becomes an informant. I don't care if every Black American in the country is willing to be a floor mat. Dumela, me, myself, I'm not going to be your floor mat. You cannot intimidate me. I'm not afraid of you. Period. You already know this. The gloves are off. And when I catch one of your informants in the right place with the evidence that I need, let there be no mistake about it, I am going to act. So I hope you made arrangements with these people that you're going to pay for their funerals or whatever. Because mine is going to be paid for. My mom got me. But I'm telling you now, gloves are off. You know what you're doing. Everyone around knows what you're doing. I'm completely surrounded by enemy intelligence. Completely surrounded by enemy intelligence. But let there be no mistake about it. I'm not intimidated. You can't scare me. You can do none of that. Right now, the situation is very, very dangerous. You created this situation. I did not. I am not from Memphis, Tennessee. No one in the city of Memphis should know my name. The only reason why they know my name, or someone from the city of Memphis goes and tells someone about my name, is because they are directly working with an FBI agent or indirectly working with a federal informant, because I'm not from Memphis. No one should know me. But let there be no mistake about it. I'm not backing down. I can't be intimidated. I'm not scared. None of that. And on that, we're going to end this video. I just wanted to make a quick video. I'll be back next couple of days. But like I said, man, the situation is very dangerous right now. And I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to let anyone harm me without me responding. And you can believe that. We're going to end this video. And go over there and check out my boy Damian Porter. He's making some real good videos right now. So go over there and check his page out. Go over there and check out Damian Porter. He's making some real good videos. That's all I'm going to say.